Thank God it's Monday, everyone. This is the Freedom Club podcast. I am your host, Curt Mercadante. Thank you for joining me. Maybe you're not listening to this on a Monday. Maybe you're listening to it later in the week, weeks later, whatever it is. The point is you should be fulfilled every single day of the week. Don't settle for anything less because life is too short simply to live for nights and weekends and Fridays. That's what the freedom lifestyle is all about. Hell, that's what living as a human being should be about, but we often settle for much less. We settle for Mondays ruining our Saturday and Sundays because we think sometimes we've been taught that's how it's supposed to be, and it's not. You deserve more. We all deserve more. You deserve a lifestyle of freedom and fulfillment, a lifestyle you design instead of a lifestyle you're defaulted into. That's what the Freedom Club podcast is all about. So I'm happy you're here, whether this is your first time listening or your 151st time listening. And if you like what you hear, please share the message, share this podcast, share the word, give us a positive rating and review. Help us continue to grow. Our listeners are around the globe, on every continent. And we're growing month after month after month, which is so fulfilling to be. But more importantly, we are making a difference because I continue to get messages and emails and texts from people who listen to this podcast who are helped, sometimes in small ways, sometimes in very large ways. So thank you so much for being here today. Now, today's episode is yet another segment that I taped in the Freedom Club community, which is my private Facebook group. Please go to Facebook right now, search for the Freedom Club community. You'll see my ugly mug pop up. Click on it. You'll answer some questions. We'll let you in the community and you can participate as I tape many of these podcasts in live streams. I tape my interviews during live streams, most of them. You can participate. You can ask questions and follow along live. And so in today's episode, I answer a question from Bruce. He's a member of the Freedom Club community, and he asked a question related to his current job and whether or not the freedom lifestyle was about quitting his current job, becoming an entrepreneur. And he had concerns that the people in his field who have done that have more experience than him. And so I asked a couple of clear questions of him. First of all, is he fulfilled in his career, not just his workplace? And secondly, if a job doesn't exist for someone of his experience, then why doesn't he create it? So I answered Bruce's question on today's episode of the Freedom Club podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Here we go.
Welcome to the Freedom Club podcast, where we strive to pull you out of your life of quiet desperation, out of your comfort zone of misery, and propel you into a life of freedom and fulfillment. And now, here's your host for this journey, international speaker and coach, and serial entrepreneur, Curt Mercadante.
Now, Bruce asks me this next question. How is it possible that I can get to the freedom lifestyle? It seems fairly unlikely that I would be able to get a self-sustaining evolution in a sole proprietorship. My background's in aviation maintenance, and everyone is a consultant past a certain level in my field. Differentiation seems to be a key. Thanks, Bruce. But the first question I have to ask you is, are you fulfilled by the background you have in aviation maintenance? Not just, are you making a decent paycheck? Not just, yeah, it's all right. Are you actually fulfilled by it? Not just your job, right? Because in any career or industry, there's going to be great workplaces and shitty workplaces. So I'm not just talking about your workplace. Are you fulfilled by the career you have chosen? If the answer is no, well, even before we get to that, if I ask you, who are you? I do this at workshops. I ask people, I say, who are you? Who are you? 5 people stand up. And 4 or 5 of the people say, I'm Jane, and I'm a VP of sales. I'm Jim, and I'm the aviation maintenance manager, right? No. Stop thinking that way. You're Jim, you're Jane, you're John. When you came out of the womb, did you have a name tag on yourself that said sales manager? Fuck no. You are a human being. You're a husband, you're a wife, you're a friend, you're a sister, you're a brother, you're a daughter, you're a son. That's who you are first and foremost. And so if you've been a sales manager for 20 years, if you've been in aviation maintenance for 20 years, yes, that's all maybe you know, but that's not all you are confined to for the rest of your life. because you are bigger than that. You are an autonomous human being who can do whatever the fuck you want with your life. Get that through your head. So that's my first question. Are you fulfilled by the field you are currently working in and maybe have been working in for years? That is question number one. If no, then don't worry about getting a sole proprietorship in your field. Worry about getting into a career that fulfills you. Because again, you don't necessarily, a lot of people think the freedom lifestyle is all about quitting your job. It's not necessarily true. There's a lot of people who simply are not cut out for entrepreneurship, who simply are not cut out to run their own business. Does that mean they can't live the freedom lifestyle? Absolutely not. They just have to find a job, a career that allows them to work in their superpower zone, that fits their vision, that allows them the alignment they want in their life. Right? Those jobs are out there, maybe in your chosen career. Maybe your workplace just sucks. So that's the first question. I guess the second question is that, or the second answer to your question, Bruce, is this. If the job isn't out there, then what's stopping you from creating it? In my 20s, I left my 9-to-5 and I started my own public relations and ad agency. I was never a VP of anything. I had never owned a business, never started a business. I was not the head of a trade association. I was not the head of a PR. I'd never advanced to partner in anything. And there were some people who said, well, how can you start your own company? And I said, well, I'm going to. And I did. And you know what was very easy to me? $25,000 retainers, $30,000 retainers. Came very easily to me. And I fucking hated it because it's not about your paycheck. It's not about what you've done before. But my point is this. People said I couldn't do it. So I just went and created it. That was, 15, 16 years ago. Now more than ever in this world, you can create a job that never existed before. And you don't have to limit yourself to your town, your small town, if you live in a small town or wherever you are, for customers. Because the entire globe is your universe of potential customers. I know some coaches who limit themselves to Charleston. Hell no. Why would I do that? I've coached people around the globe. I was a member of a number of coaching groups and I rejected it because they were charging hourly. They were doing all these things. And I said, that does not fit the lifestyle that I want to live. It is not a scalable business. So I created something new. I created something that is unique. I have other coaches coming to me and say, how do you do that? Why did you do that? Because I wanted to do it. So the first answer to your question, Bruce, is, are you fulfilled with the path you've chosen, with the career you've chosen? If yes, okay. Is it a matter of your workplace isn't fulfilling you? Are there other workplaces that will allow you to work in your superpowers, create your vision, or work within your vision, move toward your vision, and create a life of alignment? If the answer is, I actually don't really much like my career, well, then that's a whole other can of worms. You got to go down that path. But the first question is, how is it possible I can get there? I mean, very selfishly, I have a proven system to help you get there. It's called the Freedom Club Accelerator. It's a group of individuals of superheroes from around the globe who are working together to grow in the freedom lifestyle. The power of the Freedom Club Accelerator is in the diversity of our group. And when I say diversity, what I mean is we have people 35, we have people closer to 60. We have people who are just starting their business, people who have run a business for 10, 15, 20 years. We have people who are looking to take their business from 1x to 10x. We have people who are looking to escape a business they hate right now. So very selfishly, I would say, how is it possible I can get there? Jump in the Freedom Club Accelerator and we'll get you there. But beyond that, got to answer those questions of fulfillment. About the career you've chosen. That's the very basic question. And if you are fulfilled with that career, then is it your workplace that's perhaps giving you that sense that you don't have the freedom you desire? And if so, can you switch that workplace? Or if you're feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome in terms of those who have started their own consulting businesses within your profession, your field, well, screw it. Who cares? Create something new. It absolutely is possible. It's possible more now than ever.